Hi, my name is David Choma, and I own a gym called CrossFit Strongsville. And, well, for those who don't know me, of course. Um, and I wanted to create this video to share my response regarding especially the commentary and everything surrounding the CEO of CrossFit, Greg Glassman, that's recently unfolded, and especially to share the state of our affiliation. Prior to that, though, I do want to start with a quote, and I shared this quote recently on my personal Facebook page and Instagram and such, and realized that, maybe not everyone quite saw that, because maybe you're not my friend, and that's okay, I'm not hurt. But this quote resonated with me and continues since I've read it. And it's by actually a Spanish composer, cellist, conductor by the name of Pablo Cesals. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. And here goes. Each second we live is a new and unique moment of the universe, a moment that will never be again. And what do we teach our children? We teach them that 2 and 2 make 4, and that Paris is the capital of France. When will we also teach them what they are? We should say to each of them, do you know what you are? You are a marvel. You are unique. In all the years that have passed, there has never been another child like you. Your legs, your arms, your clever fingers, the way you move. You may become a Shakespeare, a Michelangelo, a Beethoven. You have the capacity for anything. Yes, you are a marvel. And when you grow up, can you then harm another who is, like you, a marvel? You must work, we all must work, to make the world worthy of its children. And so I want to share that because I think it kind of helps hopefully set the proper tone here. I'm not the first to tell you, and I don't need to tell you that this is a staggering, difficult, and heart-wrenching time. Absolutely defining moment for our generations currently on the planet. And with such a shaking to so much, I absolutely believe it's important to cling to the rocks, the foundation of who you are as a person. And I found that practice to be extremely important for every storm that has come my way. And I mean, if you know me, you know my life has been anything but easy. And clinging to those foundations has been part of what has made me capable of continuing and moving on and growing. And so one of those things is actually, for me, is foundation is accountability and integrity. And how I practice it is no joke. Every single day when I wake up and I, go to the bathroom and I look in the mirror, the first thing I say is, "Well, shit, you look tired." But actually, truly, the first thing that I do is I make a promise, and I stare into the eyes of the man looking back at me in that mirror, which tells no lies. It's only truth. And I'm looking at him, and I promise him, I say, you will be proud of the man that I am today. That you will respect the decisions I make, the choices I make, the actions that I take, and the words that I speak and that I share and write. And I promise you at the end of the day that I will make that cut. And then obviously I go through my day, and at the end, prior to going to bed, I look into that same mirror, and that's when I ask that hard truth, or ask for the answer to that hard truth. And I have to be honest with myself then. And I've failed myself many times. I've let that man down, and that is, for me, that is a phenomenal pain that affects me in a visceral way. And what's beautiful about that is I learn from it and go into the next day making that promise again, knowing I'm going to get it right. And if not, then ideally, obviously, healing whatever I got wrong. So that's being accountable to myself is an important thing, and in addition, respecting the choices of others and their freedom to do so is also a very important thing to me, because I will tell you, I'll be very honest, I don't use social media to express my political views or to share my input in any way, shape, or form on social injustice and inequality. It's just not a platform for me to do so. I much rather do so in smaller, intimate groups, or in basically in face-to-face interactions, and that's okay if you do. Like I respect that choice, as I've already mentioned, to do so. It's just not who I am. So I hope it's understood that what can be perceived as silence and therefore being equated to a form of compliance is truly not the case. And I would trust that if you know me, you would know that to be absolutely the truth, that I truly love and care for people and have devoted the majority of my adult life to that action, no matter who they are. And if you don't know me, I should invite you, come into my gym, come into my facility and work out with me. You're gonna learn who I am there. I hate running, or have a beer with me, or play a board game with me. Like those are the moments you're gonna learn the truth about somebody. I feel is in that space. But regardless, I've kind of gone off. So when I started CrossFit Strongsville 7 years ago, I did so truly because of the efforts and belief I've already shared that I have a mission to help other people. Having been through what I've been through in my life, I can completely understand the hardships, both mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and I understand what those do to you, and I really try to create an environment that helps you surpass and overcome and use those actually as strengths. So that was the point, and I was able to witness the impact that it had on other people's lives, and I knew I had to be a part of that solution, to be a part of that change that I wish to see in the world. Because it had been a gift to me when I became passionate about CrossFit, and when I learned about everything that it had to offer, and about how much respect and admiration it has bestowed to so many people in the community abroad, worldwide. I will be honest, I've never gotten the sense that it was discriminatory or racist or unjust or anything like that. That's never been my impression of the organization as a whole. And I would not attach my name, and my brand to that if I had that feeling. And that's the kind of integrity I wish to conduct my business and my affairs. And so, our motto at CrossFit Strongsville and our creed really is to help everyday people become better every day. And everyday people equals everybody, like literally everybody. We have never once turned anybody down or away or anything for who they are. And I would be absolutely surprised if any one person who's walked into our facility has ever felt that way. In fact, I've actually had to, have those difficult conversations with people where I had to tell them they can't be a part of our community if they're going to threaten that sense of security and safety and comfort that we try to create in there for others, and especially if they're exercising a form of judgment or what have you. It even makes me reflect on a time when, one of our current members, he had been interested in obviously our facility, and had been trying out multiple facilities in our area as well, and he was honest about that. And he ultimately decided to join CrossFit Strongsville, but he shared with me, knowing who I am, knowing my faith and everything else, and knowing who he is, and that's not for me to share. He was concerned about being judged or discriminated against, and basically feeling as if he didn't belong in some way, shape, or form, that there would be drama surrounding him or something to that effect. And he said honestly he never got that sense, and that's who we are as a gym, as a community, as a tribe of people. We are extremely welcoming and supportive, and I so love and care for every person who has the courage to step through that door, and beyond, of course, but especially those who come in because they're being vulnerable. They are saying, hey, there's something I want to change about myself, that I want to make better about myself. And it could be to be stronger, to be faster, to be more flexible, to be able to run around with their kids more, to get stress out, and to maybe recover some mental health or emotional health. And that should be, like, I hope you understand that's who I am. And when I look into that mirror every day, at the end of the day, I will not fail in that regard. That people should never get a sense of anything but that from me, because I truly do care for people. And so, we have a logo, and it's designed with purpose. The wings there are kind of an homage to my mom, who loved and adored angels, and but also too, the wings are there to represent a lifting up. That's always been what our facility is about. It's a place to be lifted up, to be supported and encouraged, to be given the tools to forge stronger mental toughness and physical toughness, to endure challenges in life. And the only way one can lift another up is to be strong enough to do so, right? And strong people don't put down other people. Like, the mentally strong do not do that. They're insecure for their own reasons. So that's an important, it's within our logo, it's who we are. And I'm a nerd. The S is there for Strongsville, but our font is Batman font. It's superhero theme, because I absolutely believe that every one person in the world is not just a marvel, not just unique, not just a miracle, of blood, bone, and a soul. It's we're all heroes. We can be our own heroes, and that's what we try to help people forge in every effort that they come in. And that's what we try to support. So I want to share all that because I want to make it abundantly clear too that I do not for 1 second support or condone Greg Glassman's statements. And I hope that's obvious. And simultaneously, though, I also just have to reflect on what Jesus taught us in John chapter 8, verse 7, which he speaks to the crowd and he says, "Let he among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone." And I'm not throwing stones. I have sinned a lot. I have screwed up. I have said the wrong things. And I'm sorry for that. And from the bottom of my heart. And while I'm not supporting or condoning, I'm also I'm not going to be one who's going to condemn another. I can't. I don't condemn anybody. And then too, we are also taught, and I believe in the power of forgiveness. I've done so much wrong, and I've failed myself so much even. I've had to forgive myself, and I've asked for forgiveness from others. And I've even gotten it when I don't deserve it. And forgiveness is an action. It's a verb. It's something that the one, you choose to give to the person who did the wrong, essentially. It's your gift to give, whether they ask for it or not. And I believe in that power of forgiveness. And I hope as a country we can we can move towards the healing that comes with that forgiveness. But so that's to say, again, I don't support it and everything else, but we are CrossFit Strongsville. That's been who we are for 7 years. We've invested in people, and I tell my coaches can tell you, I say it all the time. We are CrossFit Strongsville. We are not CrossFit, and I do believe that organization has done some tremendous things, over the years, and especially too with such a low barrier to entry. I know so many affiliate owners who've been able to change people's lives because of that. Every other fitness related franchise out there is so expensive to get into and has so many restrictions, and that's not the case with CrossFit as an organization. And since they've apologized for the commentary and everything else, but at this point we're going to maintain as CrossFit Strongsville, and I understand if that upsets you, and I understand if you feel like it's like we're not supporting you or what you believe in this effort, and that's okay. You're entitled to believe that if you so choose. I welcome you if you feel any hesitancy that we are in some way, shape, or form a place that doesn't welcome all just as they come. Like, come as you are to my facility. And if you get that sense at all, please walk in and enjoy a class with us, because I believe that will change your mind, and much more than any words I say can. But again, I understand there will be people who will forever negatively associate the name CrossFit, and again, that's okay. That's their choice to do so. I hope they never think that of CrossFit Strongsville. It's because that's not who we are, and we would close first before anyone would get that sense from us. So that's the case. And I really appreciate the time that you've taken to listen to me here, and I hope you can understand that it comes from the heart, and that my heart does go out to all of those in pain and who are suffering, who are angry, who can't see the light right now, because of how dark everything feels. And I believe that we will be stronger after this, as a community, as a nation, as a country, as a people. We will be, and I believe there's an opportunity for understanding and growth here, the likes of which we've never seen or experienced. At least I haven't in my near getting towards 4 decades of life, but I do want you to know that I'm here. I support you, and I love you, and no matter who you are. And I appreciate your time again. Please, I talk too much. Just go do like 100 burpees. All right. I love you. Bye.